introduction to the program. Madam Jeanette Williams, President of SSU.
Praise the Lord. I would like to ask you guys to please stand for 5 minutes for a prayer of silence, please. With us, one of our members who was in the club, they call her Louise, and she's not part of us anymore. Thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you. Hello, everybody, and good evening to all. Please receive my warmest welcome to this celebration. We would like to extend a special welcome to our guest of honor, Reverend Paye, who will be speaking later tonight. We are so excited to have officials and members of other organizations, sisters, and police here to grace our 12th anniversary celebration and fundraiser. I would like to thank you for your attendance and welcome all our members and their valued guests. I love you, ladies. Love you, brother. We are like my next woman dedicated to service and worship to make a big difference than I can make alone. Please let's surround ourselves with love and friendship. Have fun. And thanks you all for joining us. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Prezzo. Thank you, Prezzo. That was good. Let us put our hands together for Prezzo. So this program is going live. If you have your phone on Facebook, you'll see on Facebook, but you have to turn to Lrtn. Lrtn. We have a performing group here. Are they here? The DBOB Dance Diva of Bristol. Are they here? They're getting ready. All right, so we'll wait for them and we'll call on, while we wait, we'll call on Mrs. Nancy Richards, who will come in to be the guest speaker while we wait for this dance group. Mrs. Richards, are you ready? Mrs. Richards, a member of SSU. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Nancy Richards. I'm going to introduce our speaker for the night. Our guest speaker for the night, he's a preacher and is passionate about working to strengthen the church prophetic voice in society. thereby promoting freedom, justice, equality for all, because the church is not just a pastoral entity proclaiming love, but also a body proclaiming truth and justice. Academically, he earned a Bachelor of Theology from the prestigious Liberian Baptist Theological Seminary in 2003. Impartial by computer technology and how it could influence ministry in the 21st century, he earned a diploma in computer hardware from the Digital Computer School, Monrovia, Liberia in 2010. In 2016, he enrolled at the Princeton Theological Seminary, from which he earned his Master of Arts in Theological Studies and a degree in 2018. While in Princeton, he was blessed to serve as research assistant to his professor of preaching, liturgy, and worship, Reverend Dr. Gerald for 2 semesters. He also worked with the Seminary Information Technology Media Department. Professionally, he is blessed to have had 12 years of pastoral ministry experience. Having pastored the First Baptist Church, Bangla, County, 2007 to 2011, the New Georgia Baptist Church, from 2011 to 2018, and currently the First International Baptist Church in Trenton, New Jersey. He also served as chairman of the National Communications Commission, the Liberian Baptist Missionary and Educational Convention, Incorporated, under the leadership of Dr. Olu Menji. He has also worked with numerous governmental organizations in the areas of human rights. Our next speaker has been married with his beautiful wife, Mrs. Dorcas Lrtn, since April 2006. While this profile mentions so much more, this servant of the Lord who wish only to be known through this church as a humble child of God. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest speaker for the night is none other than my own brother, my Reverend, the Reverend Bishop Lrtn.
The leadership, officers and members of the Sisters United, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me firstly use this moment to register my profound thanks for this esteemed invitation. And to be honest, when I first was informed of the invite to come and speak at this event marking 12 years of your existence as a group, as a women's organization, honestly, I was a little bit startled. I was a little bit confused. And the basis of my confusion can be summed up in a story I heard of a guy called Dr. Craig McPherson. This guy, when he was obtaining his doctorate degree, he wrote his dissertation titled, "Everything I Know About Women." But of the nearly 400 pages of his dissertation, when he presented it, page after page, there was nothing on those pages. I mean, there were There were no deep findings from any available, from the most current available research around. There were no salient analysis, nothing. And the point he was trying to make was that he simply knew absolutely nothing about women. And I'm there thinking, what in the world am I going to say to this women's organization? Because for us guys, we are so simple, I mean, we're straight. But women are so complicated. I recently came across a meme the other day that would help to explain my point. That it's titled A Women's Dictionary, and it says it has two columns. One column has things that women will say and what they mean. So for instance, they will say, okay, and when they say okay, it means shut up. And I'm like, okay. Or when you're having a discussion with them and you're stressing that you want to go someplace and they're saying don't go, and they say go, they mean do not go. Okay, somebody agrees with me, so I think I'm on the right track. Or if they say never mind, they're simply saying you're not understanding what I'm trying to say, so I'm not going to waste my time hurting my head trying to explain myself. Never mind. When they say no, sometimes they mean yes. And when they say yes, they mean maybe. And when they say maybe, they mean no. I'm like, so if they are so complicated, how in the world, what do I say to them? How do I qualify to speak to this group? And so here I am there pondering and thinking and trying to make sense of why did I get invited to speak to this group in the first place? What could I possibly say to this group of esteemed women who are here tonight that will be so important that you would not forget in the next 20 minutes? Which would definitely have been a waste of my time and your time as well. What would I say? What do I say to a group at this social gathering, this group of women that is supposed to be interreligious, and here I am trying to speak from my own worldview as a Christian that will not be offensive to someone who hears what I have to say. But most importantly, as I thought about it, I asked myself, what do I say that is going to keep me true to my deepest convictions as a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ? And yet, hopefully, that will in some way impact your life. Even if not impacting everyone, but at least just one person under the sound of my voice, what do I do? While reflecting on these realities and a lot of other thoughts going through my mind, there were two realities that struck me, and I thought, well, this is what I'm going to go with. Those realities, not only am I going to talk about them quickly, but I also am going to talk about why I believe those realities exist. And I'm briefly going to talk about, and I'm going to conclude by recommending what I believe can be done and what should be done. So if not totally subvert, at least to minimize the impact of those realities. What are they? The reality is simply this, that women are a paradox. When I say a paradox, I mean, on the one hand, there is unquestionably the fact that women are blessed, that women are favored, that women are the object of admiration in the world. But at the same time, women also are the object of being bombarded from almost every spectrum of life. Blessed, you say? Somebody may be asking. Well, again, I'm speaking from my worldview as a Christian gospel, minister of the gospel. And so if you, like me, would subscribe to the notion that all of life on planet Earth owes its existence, owes the beginning to the existence of this all-powerful Almighty God at some point in time, and if you hold to the notion that at some point in time when this Creator God decided to create, that God first created man, the male species, then it's not too easy, then it's not too difficult to see that in that space, in that environment, in that garden, things were perfectly imperfect. That in that garden with man present, things were perfectly limited until the woman is introduced. I'm talking about the woman being blessed. So as Adrian Rogers once said, the devil normally gives his best first and his worst last. And then he goes on to say, but God saves God's best for last. And if we hold to this notion as being true, then we can also conclude that by God's creation of woman and introducing woman to this earthly realm, what God was doing was that God was saving God's best for last. And with the giving of women to the world, God was giving the world a beauty. God was giving to the world a source of joy on a whole different spectrum. And therefore, you may have heard the statement, a happy wife, happy life. If you play the cards well, play the game well, then there will be peace in heaven. But if you step on a woman's toes, you know what you're looking for. That God was actually introducing to the world an aspect of God's own nature, of God's own power, that we would never have seen if women were not introduced into our earthly existence, because without women on the earth, perhaps there would have been no means for us to be here today. I'm talking about why I believe women are blessed. So indeed, they are blessed. But at the same time, I said there are paradox, because on one hand, you're blessed, you're favored, you're the object of admiration, but at the same time, you are so targeted to be bombarded, to be blasted, to be bruised, to be battered in almost every corner of the globe. And we do not need to look very far to see the flip side of what I just mentioned. That women are seriously and aggressively the object of some of the worst atrocities that the world has ever seen. The United Nations Women's website, for instance, reports that an estimated 35% of women worldwide have experienced either physical or sexual, experienced either physical and or sexual intimate partner violence or sexual violence by either their partner or by a non-partner, not even mentioning sexual harassment. Now, because a lot of women, they talk about 35%. Now, because a lot of women are afraid to be stigmatized and to be labeled and to be judged, most of the time they do not even mention the abuses they suffer. And that's why this report goes on to say that in other countries, a total of about 70% of all women have been victimized by physical and sexual violence. I'm talking about why women are targeted and they are blasted most of the time. At the end of the day, what happens is that they face all kinds of challenges, depression as a result of those experiences, those harrowing experiences. Sometimes they have to end up doing abortion, or sometimes they contract horrible diseases as compared to other women who do not share those experiences. It is also estimated that about 87,000 women who were intentionally killed in 2017 globally around the world, over half that amount, about 50,000 of them, 58% of them, were killed by intimate partners. So can you imagine somebody who say they love you at one point in time, yet become the very object of targeting you? I'm talking about being blessed and being bombarded at the same time. Furthermore, men are not immune from sex trafficking. But the statistic goes on to say that adult women account for nearly half, about 49% of all people who are human trafficked victims globally. Women and girls together account for 72%, with girls representing more than 3 out of every 4 child that is trafficked. More than 4 out of 5 of every trafficked woman. And nearly 3 out of every 4 trafficked girls are trafficked for the purpose of sexual exploitation. Blessed, but bombarded. So your gender, your personhood as a woman is on the one hand an object of admiration, of delight and joy, but at the same time it becomes something that the enemy uses to target you and to destroy you, to seek to destroy you. I could go on to mention other statistics, but for the sake of time, I think you get the point I'm trying to make. I could talk about the 15 million adolescent girls between the ages of 15 to 19 years worldwide that are compelled to experience sexual relationships, sexual intercourse with some partner, whether they choose to or not. They have no agency in deciding whether that person is whom they want to spend the rest of their life with, or whether they even want to continue enjoying their youth or not. They have no agency, no choice in the matter. Think with me, for instance. If there was a relationship between a guy and a lady and there were a couple of kids that came out in the mix and the relationship went bad and they had to go their separate ways, who do you think most of the time end up bearing the brunt of the burden of caring for the kids? Most of the time the guys pack their bags and leave the kids with the women. stress, anxiety, depression, and other emotional and physical challenges tend to bear more on women. And I know, yes, that women will walk around projecting themselves as strong and as tough and as beautiful, not wishing to be the object of being judged. And therefore, on many occasions, behind that glistening, dazzling smile, behind that pristine beauty and that perfect makeup, beneath that elegant attire, behind all that, there might just be a woman suffering in silence. Because she's blessed, but she's also the target of being seriously bombarded. Suffer being disadvantagedly treated at a job site, or as she goes out in the world to try to make ends meet. Come home and devalued by her spouse, who will not notice her hair, who will not notice her clothes, who will not notice whether she has a need to be met or not. But that same spouse may not forget to compliment his workmate or a friend out there. The child, devalued by their child, of whom they struggle to birth and bring forth in the world and invest so much into them. That child look that mother in the face and say the most harrowing words you can ever imagine: "Mommy, I hate you." Now, if these are not proof of the very fact that this blessed species, this blessed group of women are also the target of being bombarded, blasted, then I don't know what is. Now, why all this? As I reflected on this and as I thought about it, I suspect why this is so is because of the very thing that the woman has intrinsically become, the very thing that God has made the woman to be, which is the object of affection, which is the object of admiration both to God and to human beings. This thing is the very thing that the arch enemy of our souls desires so much, and because he cannot have it, guess who you think he's going to come after? The women. He wants to be admired. He wants to be loved. He wants to be worshipped. And because he cannot get that kind of attention and affection that women get, he targets all of his most aggressive anger against women. And he hates women with a perfect hatred. So you see, if you go back to the creation story, again, that's my basis, and that's my frame of reference. When you go back to the creation story of the Christian Bible, you'll notice there that when trouble came in the garden, when the fall occurred, and God is asking this guy whom God left in charge, did you do what I asked you not to do? Guess what? He shortchanges the woman rather than beating his chest and taking responsibility and placing the blame on her. God, the woman. I also believe Satan also targeted her, not because he couldn't outsmart the man. Maybe he could have tried to do that. But because she was the object of his hatred from the very first place. Because when this woman is introduced into that space, he exclaims, "This is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman." I believe that's why she is targeted. And so he targets her, and at the end of the day, she is now the victim. But guess what? Although she is the victim, God turns her story around and makes her the victor. Because when God is pronouncing judgment, God says, not the man, but the seed of the woman shall be the one to crush the head of the enemy. So you just know that it's only going to exacerbate the situation. It's only going to make this guy even to have an even greater degree of wrath and bitterness against the woman. But I want you to know tonight, women, that you are blessed. And I want you to know tonight that you are not victims. No matter what the circumstance, no matter what the situation is, you are more than conquerors. And so following the biblical narrative of the creation, the four which I just mentioned, this guy tried to shortchange the woman. He tries to destroy the woman, but yet God gives the woman the opportunity for her to become the victor, because he says it is through her that the powers of darkness will be defeated. It doesn't say the seed of the man. Throughout it, when you look at scripture, when they talk about the seed, it talks about the ability to cause impregnation. But and that means the seed of Abraham will be the ability to cause impregnation. But now, if it's saying the seed of the woman, that means without the intervention of a man, this woman will get pregnant and have a child, and that child will be the one that will destroy the powers of darkness. Who is this child? Christian theology says that child is Jesus Christ, and we're in the season of the Advent, the celebration of the Christ child. So if you wanted to be the biggest and baddest dude on the block, and you get to see that there is someone who's trying to claim your spot, you know that if you were the enemy, you know that you're not going to sit there pleasantly and just cheer that person coming to claim your spot. And so for this reason, we see today that women are still being blasted, although they are a blessed bunch of people. Now the implication of this twofold reality that they are blessed and yet they are being blasted is emphasizing the fact that life is, and life can still be unfavorable for you in many sort of ways, especially if you are a woman. But there are at least two things you could do. You could either say, well, since life is like this, maybe the only thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to live and be a victim of whatever life throws at me. Or you can challenge yourself and say, I'm not going to let life just dictate to me. I'm going to live life based on the precepts that have been established for me, because I am more than a victim. I am not a victim. I am a conqueror. And if you choose the latter, if you choose to declare yourself for who you are meant to be, as one who is supposed to rise to your place of prominence, then there are quickly 5 things I'll share with you as to how you can make that a reality and get your way. Number 1, you must step into your place, showing yourself as one who is not a victim. Then number 1, you need to guard your heart. You need to guard your heart. When I learned computer, as you read my profile, when I learned to operate a computer, we were told that computer has certain characteristics. And we have to memorize those acronyms to help us keep them. One of the things we learned about a computer was that one acronym about a computer's characteristic was, we call it STARS, S-T-A-R-S. That is, the computer has speed, it can process like millions of calculations in a nanosecond, it is timeless. You can work on a computer for 20 hours, for 60 hours, it's ready to work. You just got to plug it in and power it, it's ready to work. It's accurate, it gives you the right information, it retrieves and stores information, STARS. But the other thing we also learned was that computer, another acronym we also learned was called GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, which means the right information that you put in there is going to be the right result you're going to get. So that means you can't sit at a computer, feed it wrong data, and if it gives you the wrong result, then you complain and say, "But I'm blaming the computer, you blame yourself." Now, guess what? The computer's characteristic was built based on human intelligence. They looked at the human mind, the human brain, and they created the computer. What I'm saying is simply this, that we are a product of our thoughts. So when I say guard your heart, I'm saying don't allow negative patterns to be introduced to your mind and to your heart that will cause you to not think your best and be your best. Because as you think, so are you. Don't allow negative data to enter the process of your heart, because what you put in there is what is going to come out. For there's a notion that if you give a woman a beautiful word in the morning, she nurtures that word in her spirit, she nurtures that word in her heart, she turns it around and she blossoms and she radiates and she glows. But if you gave her a nasty, careless, thoughtless word, she also nurtures that and it comes out in ways that she is not her best. And so I'm saying, no one has a right to determine your value as a person by the careless words they say, because no one determines the narrative and the course of your life. No one is writing the script of your life other than the one who created you. So guard your heart. Some things, guess what? Some things are not worth living rent-free in your heart. Some things aren't worth it. If they hurt you, sometimes the space and the energy and the time it takes to carry that hurt, to nurse it over and over, is just a waste of your time. Let it go. Because as you create space to let it go, you also create an avenue for the bigger and better things to come. Guard your heart. The next thing quickly, never allow the lack of other people's character to determine the strength and the quality of your own character. As long as we live in this imperfect world, and as long as you strive to live your best lives, trying to show kindness to people and people that you try to interact with, there will be those who will hurt you. They will hurt you, I'm telling you this. And you may not even understand why they hurt you, because you're like, I'm doing my best to show you that I care for you as a human being. And sometimes perhaps the only reason why they're hurting is simply because they're envious of the fact that what you got, your reality is their dream, is their expectation. You may say, but I don't have much. Yes, you may not have much, but perhaps it's just who you are that makes them envious, and they wish they were you. They can't be you. And out of that bitter, envious spirit, it just might hurt you. Now, the temptation is that when they hurt you, the natural human instinct would be that you would want to strike back and hurt them and make them feel even worse than how they made you feel. But there's the adage. There's this wise saying that says, whether life polishes you or whether life grinds you up, it's dependent upon the stuff that you're made of. So the question I will ask you is this, women, are you red clay or are you a diamond stone? Because if you're red clay, trust me, you're so brittle, you're easy to break. But I discovered that the diamond is the hardest natural material on earth. So hard that it is used in certain tools to grind other objects. And when it's put to the test and it grinds up other objects, guess what? Those objects don't even put a scratch on the diamond. It continues to sparkle and to shine. So if you are a diamond, then I'm saying do not let other people's lack of character influence you and make you not to be who you were meant to be because you were a diamond. Don't let them squeeze you and shape you to become bitter and negative because you got better and you are destined for greater. The third point quickly, invest in quality relationships. Invest in quality relationships. Hear me, not everyone who walks with you, not everyone who talks with you, not everyone who laughs with you, not everyone who eats with you will prove to be a true friend. And the catchphrase is in the long run. In the long run. Anybody can be friends with you in fair weather when all is well. You get to know who your true friends are when all hell is breaking loose in your life. So the point is, then do you know how the Christian scripture determines who a friend is? The Christian scripture determines who a friend is when it says that a friend loves at all times. In good times and in bad times. A friend is one who will stick closer to you than even a sibling that you came from the same womb with. This is how the Bible describes who a friend is. And these are the ones who will not allow, guess what? These kinds of friends will not allow their lifting, will not allow the change of their station and their situation in life to cause them to think that now they are better than you and you're no longer their type. They would never allow it. Why? Because they've come to know by experience that the station of life and the table of life is not stable, it always turns. So just because I'm up today, I can't turn my back on you because tomorrow I just might be down. And if I stepped on you on my way to the top, I will meet you coming on my way down. And who knows, perhaps when I'm going down, it just might be the divine timing that you'll be lifted up. So they know. And because they know this, they do not treat you like trash simply because their level and their station in life has changed. For this reason, it's important to invest in quality relationships. But then you may say, but I don't see any of this around me. Yes, if you don't see any of this around me, then perhaps you are the one who was supposed to create it. You are the one who is supposed to create it. You can be the source. Like somebody said, be the change that you want to see in the world. And sometimes the greatest form of investing in this kind of relationship, like I was saying, especially when it seems lacking all around us, is by taking it upon ourselves to be this kind of friend. Now, this may not guarantee that they will respond to you in the same way that you showed them kindness. It may not guarantee any of that. But again, don't let them change you because you are a diamond. You're not a red clay. Number 4, quickly, don't just live life on the expenditure side, but live life on the investment side. What I'm trying to say is, always improve. The moment you come to the place of thinking that you are the best, the absolute best, and nothing but the best, that's the beginning. That's the point of the beginning of your decline in life in every field. Whatever you have, whatever gift, whatever graces that has been imparted and entrusted to you, always look for opportunities to improve it, to improve yourself. If you're always on the side where you only want to spend and give and don't find a way to receive and to improve yourself, guess what? You soon become an empty cup. And if you're an empty cup, you can't give anything else. Never stop improving yourself. Never stop improving. And then lastly, always live with the end in mind. Always live with the end in mind. Here in this world, with all of the beautiful things that we experience, now we have this wonderful occasion tonight, dressed up smartly. We're going to have some of the best meals and delicacies here in this house. We're going to have a wonderful time of dancing and fellowshipping and all that. There is no promise of perpetuity here on this side of eternity. Endlessness on earth is an illusion. One day we'll have to close our eyes and go. So the point is, the only way you can live a most productive life as a person of value, as a woman who is a victor in life and not a victim, is by keeping your eyes on the fact that there is an end coming. And this is not to scare you, but this is to challenge you, because those who live with the end in mind are those who live lives of purpose, of passion, and of precision. They know they don't have time to chase, they don't have the luxury of chasing after less important stuff. So because they know there is an end coming, they live with the purpose, with the passion, and with the precision to chase after those things that matter. And so I'm going to close with this poem by Maya Angelou. It's titled Phenomenal Woman, and I'm dedicating this poem to all of you wonderful women here tonight. She says, "Pretty woman, wonder where my secret lies. I am not cute or built to suit a fashion model's size. But when I start to tell them, they think I am telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, in the span of my hips, the stride of my steps, the curl of my lips. I am a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please. And to the men, the fellows stand and fall to their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it is the fire in my eyes, the flash of my teeth, the swing of my waist, and the joy of my steps. I am a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try to reach me, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say, I can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, in the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I am a woman, phenomenal woman. That's me. And so I say to you tonight, you are a phenomenal woman. You are blessed. Life may throw all its blastings and all its bombardment at you, because nobody uses a bazooka to kill a cockroach. You didn't hear me. Nobody uses a bazooka to kill a cockroach. And so the reason why all hell might be breaking loose is simply because even life itself have recognized that you are prized in the world. So live your value. God bless you.
Let us put our hands together one more time for our guest speaker, the Reverend Victor G. Cole. I hope you took something out of that message. And I hope you weren't just saying, oh, he's a Baptist preacher, or he's a preacher, he's talking too long. Because there was a message in there. So if you didn't grasp it, well, too bad for you. Thank you, Reverend Cole. Are we ready to serve dinner? Where is our divas? Are they here? Are the divas here? Okay, so they will just move right along. Let us serve dinner. Prepare yourself for dinner, and then you guys want any order, or I'm just going to point to the table and you can go. All right. When you're ready, just let me know. So at this time, let us call the various organizations that are here while we get prepared for dinner. Golden Girls have been around for a long time too. Because I remember when since Walter was here, we all used to come somewhere on Street Road to enjoy ourselves there. So I remember that very vividly. So, but here, they are well represented. I see my comrade here, back there. I see, I see the president here also. So we call upon you to come and give her a few words to your sister that are here, that have invited you. Let us put our hands together for Golden Girls. Golden Girls. I remember those days.
Like the moon and the sun, she's worth more than gold.
Good evening. Good evening to all.
They'll go around the pole.
Good evening to all. I'm not getting a response. What happened? Thank you. You know, Golden Girls would like to be recognized. So, good evening, everyone. Good evening. So, by the way, as you ladies, we are so proud of you people. We are sorry our president cannot be with us right now. But you have 3 officials and 2 members right now here. So it represents the entire Golden Girls. That's our advisor, Sis Cecilia, and a member, founding member, Thelma Roberts, and a founding member, Ellen Woods. And this is our lady who makes things happen, Titi George. The chair lady for our social program, whatever you name it. Speaking to you is the lifetime secretary. So we are happy to be in your midst, SSU, and we pray that starting 2020, we will spend more time together. That means we're going to be challenging your kickboxing. And we're going to be doing stuff together. Food sales with your everything, because this is a good thing. Oh yes, we will be. John Madelos. Yes. John Madelos. Yes. You ever see Go get old? Okay. So, we want to tell you, we happen to be in your midst tonight. And one of the members on the table with you who like to go out, I said, well, I'm here. So you must know that you're a special group. Well, thank you. You also have one of our members with you too, who is Sis Linda. And we're not going to let her have her all the way. She will have to divide herself. Because that's a lady that everybody wants in that group.
Yes, I'm working.
Well, thank you. And we have our little envelope. So it will go down on your book of records.
Yes.
That Golden Girls were present. Yes. I'll tell you what to do.
SSU, I got your envelope. Are you the sister best man? She got it. Who said always the financial person come and get it? Is Warda in the house? Warda. W-A-L-D-A, Warda. Okay, so I will move on. Forever 40. Anybody here from Forever 40? Anybody representing Forever 40? Okay, so they will be late. Eula. Any representative for Eula? United Brothers. I'm sure they're here. They're coming. BBU is here. So please come, BBU. Give BBU a hand of applause. BBU. Brothers United. But you see, you hear the name BBU? Brothers United, and they got Sister United. That tells you something, right? Yeah, something. The women had the organization, the men, they say, you know what, you're leaving us behind. Every Sunday you're going to a meeting. We're going to have our own meeting too. So here come BBU. They all look at the hospitals of these women that are in our club too. BBU. All right, BBU, there you go. Yeah. Oh, the chairman gonna get a check. The chairman gonna get a check. And the cash. So, you see, these men right here, all the wives are members of SSU. So the women used to go to meeting every Sunday. They say, why are you going every Sunday? Make it come to that meeting. So when my wife leave me, I said, where you going? I go to the meeting. I said, over the meeting, we can't come to. So the men say, you know what? We'll play that game too. They're not coming to our meeting. So when we have our meeting, we invite them. If you live in the Philadelphia area, New Jersey, come and join us. Because when they go for the meeting, I also will have a meeting too. Now they start to think, hey, what's happening here? How can these men have a meeting also? One day the kids sneak up on us. They try to catch us, but they didn't catch us. It wasn't the right time. Where Brother Howard at? Oh, he go to the car, he gonna get the money. If you remember BBU, come on up. But I wonder why he left that coat in the car. Now I'm starting to think more now. Why he left the coat in the car? And go outside. Why would you leave a coat in the car? If I were his wife, I'll go out and go check. I told y'all, that's his wife right there, she going to check. Something wrong somewhere. All right, DJ, spill one or two songs here. Let's see, let these guys dance. This is something. Brother Howard left the coat outside. When they called in and he would say, I'm going to get a coat. Something wrong somewhere. She going to go check. I told y'all, the web got him. You sure you want to go get our coat? All right, Brother Howard, come on up. But Brother Howard, how come it's cool outside? How can you left the coat in the car? You guys are explaining to do.
What is it? I went out there because our wives gave us a tax to perform. We performed the tax, and the tax was in the car. So I had to go find the tax. And I'm back. I want to take this time to say, thank you to our women. We are here today because of their success. They are in the community done things that were very, very impressive. And I hear they are 12 years today. We formed this organization because of them. When we saw what they were doing in the community, we formed it as something like an embarrassment. Why are they doing this thing? We the men who should be leading, not leading. So because of that, we told them at all times, anytime you have something that you need us, come on us. And I think they can attest to that we've been there anytime they like us. And we still keep on up today that we will be there for you. If you need us, don't get embarrassed, call us, and we'll be there. And I want to take this time to thank my strong men. Anything that we as an organization have asked of them, they perform. So, guys, thank you. And I take this time to invite every man in this hall. You are welcome. This organization is just still almost entirely after the ladies. We are there when you need us. We are there in times of happiness, in times of sadness. We don't pray for sadness, but they do occur. So we take this time to say thank you very much, and we will be there for you.
Let's put our hands together for BBU. But he said something. We need something.
Yeah, we here now. We have, you gave us, like I said, you gave us a tax, and we perform it. We are here to give it, but I'll give it to the MC when I sit on my back. I'll come back to you.
If you need something, you ask us. It's what it need enough for you. And women who don't have the money in their pocket. Their pocket will never go empty, so what it need? They give it to you before you can have it, they give you lunch money too. BBU. Thank you, BBU. Sister United. I remember the BBU. All right. The women of substance, are they here? Women of substance. Okay. Lrtn.
Okay, I'm back. I keep talking about Lrtn and everybody getting tired of this. But you know, it's so nice to know that it's very cool outside there. And some people don't trying to figure out where to go, but you can actually sit home and sit somewhere and just go to Lrtn and see exactly what happened. I'm reading all the comments, people saying hi, seeing the faces. You know, some of you who didn't tell your wife you were coming here or something, you're watching. So I'm listening to sister, this is wonderful, okay? Now, I just want everybody to know this. Whenever we're having a program like this in the community, all the elected officials here, they want to be part of it. They're excited about having a network that they can count on. Election is coming, obviously. We can be in the community and we go into the poll to go vote. We don't even know who we voted for. You get what I'm saying? People can be making decisions for us. We should be able to know who is this person, who we voted for, who we voted for, what they want to do for us. I think you guys know we got a lot of our brothers and sisters here who got documentation problem. So when election coming, it's important that we get to know these folks, talk to them, push them around so they can be able to, you know, provide some better cost for us. So they told us, they live in the community, they are here. If we're having anything going on, they want to know what the party is. They want to be part of it. So our program is a very nice program to bring maybe the representative for this area or somebody from your end. Sisters, you guys are doing well. You say you've been here for 12 years. 12 years, trust me, there are a lot of funds out there. There are a lot of things out there that you guys could get and make it better. So the network is very important that everybody look up to this thing and take it very seriously. If you somebody who is into journalism or you into something, I just want to let you know we don't have riches yet. You can't come here to get rich. But if you're somebody who want to keep doing what you like doing, we open to everybody. Call us up. We're looking for an office very soon. We're going to have an office. We're trying to see whether we can get reporters all over Addington or Jenkinstown, everywhere. So when something happens in the morning, we can give 3 news, our local news. 6 6, 7, or 5, so we can know what happened, who's sick, who's dying, who coming to town, what's going on. You know what I mean? We got to know that. It's very important because we can't just listen to the garbage they keep giving us. So I don't want to hold everybody on board. It's very important that you support us. Give for donations. We're not expecting money. Whatever you have some old camera, or if you have the knowledge in journalism or technology, like we got the Lrtn. I'm gonna see if I can work with the Lrtn. Whatever skills you have, you can train some of us. That's good for us to make it happen. And especially for those of you who have young kids who are here, they went to college, they graduated, they're sitting home, and they're not really doing anything, looking for a job, going around to look for a job, nobody giving a job, they already got the first master, second master, or bachelor, graduated from community college, speak very well, and they're just hanging around. We can put them in front of the camera and have them going out there and meeting these people and talking to them, so they can have something to look up to, We can have a network that our kids can work there, earn their experience, all right? We're also in Liberia. We just started. Wherever we got here, our thing is we should be able to help people back home. So we got 6 persons right now on payroll. We were able to hire them from the University of Liberia. So they get up in the morning, they're running around, they're doing something. At least, if you can get up in the morning and get $75 or $50, at least for going heaven's sake, you're doing something. You're not just hanging around. So whatever we get from here, if it's big, we want to do the 15 counties, so we need your help. Anything you can do, we're looking for office space. If you have a space in Liberia, you think we can be productive, fine. So I don't want to hold everybody up, but it's important that you support us. If you have the opportunity, we don't have riches here to give everybody. I keep telling everybody, you know what I mean? There's no profit. When you call us, of course it's a non-profit, but we still charge on certain things that, if you have something when you're doing your wedding and so you know. But if something big happening where the president is coming here and invite us here, we will be there so we can show it to you. So we want to say thank you for sister, thank you for having us. Next time, I know you guys here have the Golden Girls, they're having something coming up. Let us know. We're going to send a letter all ahead of time. And everything you're doing, you're going to have your elected officials here with you so they can go with you. So thank you very much. Sorry for the long talk.
Thank you, Lrtn. All right, so dinner is ready. Dinner is ready. All right, so I'll call off my table so that and make sure you take your plate with you. Are you ready back there? All right. Since I'm in front here, we pick this table right here, this table, and that table. Let's go get our food, and then we'll go in our order. And then the guest speaker table, the Lrtn will go along too. So it's 3 tables that go in. The guest speaker table, this table, and that table. Go get your food. DJ.
From my heart, girl, I love you. Come take my hand, let's go far away. I swear I will not leave for no ballet. I will stay with you if I hear a ballet. If anybody try that, yeah, you will feel my kind, If anybody touch that, you will feel my kind. I swear I'm in love with you. Even my man, your waist I love you. Even my partner, oh lele, let me be your baby. I wanna tell myself, I wanna put in my double in the net. I promise you, I swear from my heart, girl, I love you. Take my hand, let's go far away. Can I play Husko, Lapa, Mela, Makata, can I play Husko, Lapa, Mela. Akata. I won't cheat you, I will never leave you. I'm here to please you, mama, let me please you. Oh, yeah, yeah. I promise you, I swear from my heart, girl, come take my hand, I'll take your hand, let's go far away. Come closer, lay your head on my shoulder. I'm your beauty beholder, your beholder. Come closer, lay your head on my shoulder. I'm your beauty beholder, your beholder. If I lie to you, then mommy, what that gave me, what let me know what if I lie to you, I like it almost follow me what let me know what for your bin. I go crazy for your bin. I spend my mind for your bin. I do a lot of things, I do a lot of things, I do a lot of things for your bin. I go crazy for your bin. I spend my mind for your bin. I think I'll lie for you, I'll die for you, yeah. I promise you, I swear from my heart, girl, I love you. Come take my hand, I'll take your hand, let's go far away. Silicon ENT, see you on this one,
KZW on the
We got drinks here in the back. All you gotta do, just take your dollar over there. You'll be good.
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and then you can put it out here.
For some special people, we all are special here, but there are some people that have worked seriously. And I heard, I don't know who, but I heard that they're going to honor some people. So for that reason, I will call on Sis Agnes Sokri. Agnes Sokri. The beautiful Agnes Sokri will come up and do this presentation. Come on up here, Agnes. I do not know who's calling in tonight. I'm just calling you about it. If I saw in the brown envelope that nobody knew about. While you eat, please focus on this end. While you eat, please focus here also, because I don't know who's going to get this, who's going to be holding here. I'm just the messenger. And Francine Agnes is going to take the blame, not me.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have a presentation to give to our sister and our friend, Miss Facia. Miss Facia? Miss Francia Dewar, can I get your attention, please? My beautiful sister Francia. All right. Miss Francia, you can sit right there and wait for me a minute, please. Okay. All right. Our sister Francia is a wife, a mother. She is our sister of SSU. She is our financial secretary. She's a hardworking and determined and a go-getter. Francia is a person a person to not mess with. She's a very strong-minded person. She works hard for SSU, making sure everyone pays their duty on time. Whatever she says, whatever Francia says behind you, she will say in front of you. Francia is very sweet, but don't mess with her money. Francia deserves this award because of her hard work and dedication to SSU. And this is why this is my honor to present this award of appreciation to Miss Francia from Mrs. Francia Dewar from the Sisters of SSU. My sister, we would love to, ladies and gentlemen, Sisters of SSU, hello. Can everyone stand up and give a hand to Miss Francia Dewar, please? Mrs. Francia Dewar. Congratulations. This is your certificate of appreciation. We appreciate you, okay? And we love you. Thank you, sweetie. Take a picture.
Big hand or applause, please. Let us clap for her.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I have another presentation to give. This one is for a very, very special lady. This presentation is for Miss Alfreda Johnson. Our mother of SSU. She's a beautiful person inside and out. She dedicates her time to attend every occasion that is asked of her. She also pays her dues on time. When we are out of order, she's always there to be a voice of reason. On a personal note, when I was a little girl growing up in Liberia, my family and I lived next to Miss Alfreda. There were many days when I would come home from school and go over to Miss Alfreda's house, and she would give me food to eat. To this day, I still have the taste of Miss Alfreda cassava leaf in my mouth. She has always been very kind and giving without asking for anything in return. Tonight, we would love to honor Miss Alfreda Johnson. Certificate of appreciation. We love you, Miss Alfreda Johnson. We love you. We appreciate you. We love you and we appreciate you, okay? This is yours. Okay, we love you and we appreciate you. You are a wonderful person. You are a mother to all of us. Thank you. Okay? Okay, it's all right. Thank you. No, there are two balls.
So we're gonna call up Lrtn Johnson. Lrtn Johnson is the daughter of Sister Frida. And you need to speak more role here.
Hello. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to take this opportunity to present this beautiful award presentation to our hard-working Secretary of Funds. This Secretary of Health, hard working. Anytime you call her, when person call her first, person will say, pleasure. Can you say a test? I need an emergency test, and that test will be gone. It was a slip of tongue I called the name when I was in. When I say I word, then she know who is the person. But standing here right now, I just want to present this presentation to you. What is it?
Hey, this where is it at?
I gotta show my mom too now. What happened? Say wave now. Say wave. Wave now. You people already look at you. Why you facing?
Girl shall never tell him. She'll go above and beyond. And even she brought photographer to us to take a picture. Will you believe it? She worked 2 full-time jobs. But that text message always on top. And she been with the club for 12 and 17 years. We, the sister of SSU,
or YouTube, you can put it in there.
we just want to appreciate your time. And we just want to say we love you. Keep up your hard work. We will argue. We will ignore it. But we stand with you. We love you. Thank you. The last but not the least. The last but not the least.
How you doing?
Wow.
How you doing?
First of all, I'm standing right here. I'm Donald Trump's daughter. When I say I'm Donald Trump's daughter, I don't care, Prince. You got me right. It is what it is. I'm Donald Trump's daughter, meaning I'm the president's daughter of SSU. So you either accept it or you're leaving. So at this moment, this woman, she goes beyond, 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 and beyond. This president knows not living. Not living. She will use her money. She will do anything. Even with travel, she will cancel me because she wants to be there. Who does that? Nobody. Now I'm going to prove a point. At this moment, this lady got 3 handsome boys, 1 grandson, and her handsome husband. Daniel Williams, will you please stand? Please.
I see no
for one black American man. So she can't pay attention to them. Her name is Judy. Judy! Baba. But I want the DJ to play our song. Don't disrespect our president. Standing right here before I give the certificate to this beautiful woman, I would like to call her handsome, her loving, her father, her brother, etc., etc. Her husband. Her husband. That's my daddy. That's my daddy. Thank you. Amadi, I never knew you had a wonderful wife. I never knew. But standing here at this day, will tell you thank you for giving her the time to go to meeting, to be on time, to do everything. So we just want to say we love you. And President, we love you for the battle of our heart. Thank you. You're going to be president for 50 years. Thank you. We love you. Stand right up for the flower. Okay, I love you guys and thank you. Bye.
Thank you, President, for the hard work and dedication. All right. Everything going as planned. Are you all enjoying yourself? Yes. Are you enjoying yourself? You're not listening. Are you enjoying accept? Oh, I know why. Because the drink is for sale. If the drink are free, everybody's going to enjoy themselves. But I'm going to go make a special appeal to SSU for everybody. I'm going to go make an appeal to SSU to give us something for free. But the water is free. But the drink got to be free too, I guess. All right, so while we're eating, Fabulous Sisters, they enter the building. As we enter, I said, whoa, who are those ladies? You know, when you stand up, you can see everybody. And I was just looking. But they're here. So, Fabulous Sister, please come up and say a few words to your sister at SSU so that they know that you are here. Let's welcome Fabulous Sister. Y'all got a special music for Fabulous Sister?
Our oldest, because you guys been in the game for a long time. We admire you guys so much. And our thanks from our club, from the vice president to the president, we said thank you for inviting us. Tonight, we'd like to introduce ourselves. I know you guys are wondering. I am the president. I'm Renette P. Richards, and this is the Vice President, Miss Marsha Teach, I'm the Treasurer, Miss Grace Williams. I'm the former President, Abbott Williams Gore. I'm the former Vice President, Miss Jennifer Williams. I'm a member, Cosetta Wesley.
How you doing?
Thank you all for having us tonight. And we would like to present an envelope because a ticket was sent to our club. So we would like to present this envelope tonight on behalf of Fabulous Sister. We want to say thank you for inviting us again. And we hope when we have our program, we'll invite all of you guys too. Please make sure to attend.
Good. Is that finished?
Sister, where is your financial secretary? Come and get your envelope. If I get him away my pocket.
We talk about money. Money, you should be running from over there. You know we are fabulous. We make everything fabulous. Okay? So tonight, we are going to present the envelopes to you guys. Y'all, thank you so much. On behalf of Fabulous Sister, we say thank you. Thank you. for your inviting us tonight. And moreover, would like if you guys could give a few advice for our club, because our club just started in 2 years. So you've been in the making for 12 years. It's a hand, because it's a lot to have a lot of women in one room. So I know. Thank you again for inviting us. You can kind of offer advice.
Okay, thank you, family sister. Well, we're about to wrap this up, folks. So we have the dance. So I'm not wasting no time. I'll call Mrs. Marie Howard to give all the photo tanks. And then after the photo tanks, I'm going to turn the whole thing over to the DJ to make the floor spin.
From your business schedules to come here to celebrate with us today. We truly appreciate your time, your gifts, and your good wishes. This day would not have been possible without your support and love for this group. So we just want to say a big thank you to our guest speaker. We say thank you. Your message was blessed with me, and we bless you for that. And big thank you again for everybody to come out to celebrate with us. We hope that you will continue to support us. We say thank you and thank you and thank you.
We're going to do the Grand March. We're going to do the Grand March and transition into everybody's business. So we need a volunteer that will run this Grand March. I know the Albert Richards is here, but I don't want to keep on doing that tonight. Where's Anderson? Can you call Grand March here? All right, thank you. So I got somebody who will do the Grand March. This time with a partner and do the Grand March for us. I have been your humble servant. My name is David Bestman, and I'm going to turn this over to the DJ that will spin the floor around. Don't sit and just watch. I want this place dancing. Not you dancing, but the place should be dancing. Make me dizzy. So we'll get somebody light down, and then we'll go on. Too many lights.